Hello, welcome back. I'm glad you are here. I hope you have had a great celebration Easter weekend. So this morning we're talking about the backseat driver. We've probably all had a backseat driver a time or two, or you may be the backseat driver. We've all probably been that a time or two. Um, my grandson is usually my backseat driver. Ever since he was old enough to talk, he's been my backseat driver. He may tell me where there's a red light or where there's a green light. He'll tell me where there's a stop sign. If I'm driving too fast, which I don't. He's also threatened to give me a speeding ticket a time or two, but I really don't drive fast. But now he's 6 years old. He's a much wiser backseat driver. Just this past weekend, me and the grandkids loaded up in the car to go get Easter goodies. And my grandson said, "Did you stop at that stop sign?" So, it's one of those questions like your parents ask you that they already know the answer to. So you don't want to lie, but you also don't really want to answer the question. I kind of stopped. So today we're in Exodus 13, verses 21 and 22. And it says, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of the fire by night from before the people." So here Moses is he's began this journey to bring God's children out of Egypt, and God is leading them with a cloud in the daytime and fire at nighttime, and he's leading them all along the way. All they have to do is follow him, trust him. He's leading them to the promised land. He's leading them to the land that he is giving them. A land that's flowing with milk and honey, a land that's full of abundance. This is for them. So he is leading them. All they have to do is follow him and trust him. It didn't take long, though, for them to start to complain. When you get to chapter 16 of their story, they started complaining about food. They needed food. And so God provided them food. Each and every day, he gave them exactly what they needed. He provided for their every need all along the way. All they had to do was follow him and trust him, and he would provide for them. He would take care of them. It's all they had to do. But as their journey continued, their faith began to waver, their trust began to fade. They started to rely on themselves. They started to think maybe they had a better way, or maybe they felt like, God's not moving fast enough, or maybe he doesn't know exactly what they need. So things started taking a turn. We can read their story and we can wonder, why in the world would they not have just trusted God and just followed him? Why would they not have done that and caused themselves to now wander in the wilderness for 40 years because of their unbelief? We can look at their story and we think, this was a no-brainer, guys. He could not have made this easier for you. Remember my backseat driver? I think sometimes we do the same thing to God. We allow him to lead us into what we're doing. We allow him to drive. But then when things start going good, or maybe things are not going as fast as we think they should go, we think, okay, I've got this now, I'll drive. Or, we run ahead, or we get in that driver's seat, we push God out to the side, and, we think we've got it. And, we may tap him on the shoulder and say, okay, I think I've got it from here. then we, like normal, and when we push God aside or we don't allow Him to lead, we find ourselves in over our heads, or, things start to take a turn, and we turn back to God and say, okay, I don't got this, and I can't do this, and I can't do this on my own. We turn back to God, and if we had just let Him drive and let Him lead in the first place, we wouldn't have found ourselves in the mess we've made. We can look at the lives of the children of Israel and question, why in the world would they not just follow God and trust Him? But we do the same thing. We don't think that we do, but we do the same exact thing. In Ephesians 5:1-2, it says, "Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children, and walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given Himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor." Psalm 128:1 says, "Blessed is every one that feareth the Lord, that walketh in His ways." We just need to allow God to lead, guide, and direct our lives, every part of our lives. We need to just let Him drive. We need to quit trying to take back the wheel. Just like a quarterback leads his team, we need God leading us every step of the way. But so many times we sit Him on the sidelines and we want to call Him in to the game when we're in trouble. We want Him to come in and clean up our mess. When life turns upside down, or we get in over our head, we learn real quick that we don't got this. We just need to learn to, just let Him lead. We can't run ahead of God. We can't push Him to the side till we just desperately need Him. We put Him on the sidelines and we never gave Him a chance. We just need to let God drive. He's a much better driver than you are anyway. It's going to keep us out of a lot of trouble. So, I learned a lot from this one today. Because I have done that many times. I think, I see where we're going, and then I, try to take over, or I try to drive, or try to lead, and I just end up making a mess. I think I know what I'm doing. I really don't. And He's a better driver than I am anyway, so I just need Him to do it all. We don't need to be the backseat driver. I don't know why we think we could. So, thanks for joining me today. Don't be that backseat driver today. You'll get in a lot of trouble. So, I hope y'all have a great day and a great week, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.